Hello there, new parent. Take a deep breath. Right now, you might be feeling a swirl of emotions: joy, exhaustion, maybe even a little bit of fear. That's completely normal. Becoming a parent is one of the biggest transitions you'll ever experience, and it's okay to feel overwhelmed sometimes. If you're here, you're probably in the thick of endless feedings, exhaustion, and self-doubt. The nights can feel impossibly long, and the days can blur together. You might be running on little sleep, wondering if you'll ever feel rested again. Maybe you're questioning every decision, second-guessing yourself, and feeling like you're not measuring up. You might wonder if you're doing something wrong or if your baby is getting enough to eat. These worries are so common, and they don't mean you're failing. They mean you care deeply about your baby's well-being. Every parent has moments of uncertainty, especially in the early days. Here's the truth: you are not alone. Every parent at some point has felt exactly what you're feeling right now. The doubts, the fatigue, the questions, they're all part of this journey. Parents everywhere are up at all hours, feeding, soothing, and questioning themselves, just like you. Across the world, in every time zone, there are moms and dads awake in the quiet hours, rocking their babies and hoping for a few more minutes of sleep. This phase is tough, but it's normal and temporary. The exhaustion you feel is a sign of your dedication. The sleepless nights and constant feedings are a rite of passage for every new parent, and they won't last forever. It can feel isolating, especially at night, but you're part of a huge, invisible club of parents navigating the same challenge. Even when it feels like you're the only one awake, remember that you're surrounded by a community of people who understand exactly what you're going through. These long hours are building a powerful bond between you and your baby. Every cuddle, every feeding, every moment of comfort is helping your baby feel safe and loved. You're not just meeting their physical needs, you're shaping their sense of security and trust. Your baby is learning that you are their safe space and source of comfort. With every gentle touch and soothing word, you're teaching them that the world is a safe place because you are there. So grab a comfy pillow and a glass of water. We're in this together. Take care of yourself even in small ways, because your well-being matters too. Remember, you don't have to do this perfectly. You just have to show up, one moment at a time. This is just a season, and it will pass. The nights will get shorter, the feedings will space out, and you'll find your rhythm. One day, you'll look back and realize how much you've grown alongside your baby. Your baby is growing fast, and this intense feeding is part of that process. Every sleepless night is helping your little one thrive and develop. You're giving them exactly what they need to grow strong and healthy. You are strong, capable, and exactly what your baby needs. Trust yourself, lean on your support system, and know that you're doing an incredible job. You are not alone, and you never have to be. So what is cluster feeding? Imagine your baby's usual feeding schedule turns into a non-stop buffet. Feed, doze, wake, repeat for hours. It often happens in the late afternoon or evening, leaving you wondering if something's wrong. But cluster feeding is normal and common in newborns. It's your baby's way of stocking up on milk and comfort and adjusting to life outside the womb. They're not just hungry, they're seeking closeness and security. Cluster feeding helps them grow and helps your body make more milk. It's exhausting, but it means your baby is thriving. Remember, you're not just a food source, you're their safe harbor. If you've ever found yourself wondering, why is my baby suddenly feeding non-stop? You're not alone. Many new parents are surprised by just how often their newborns want to nurse or bottle feed, especially during certain times of the day or night. This pattern, known as cluster feeding, can feel overwhelming and even a little mysterious at first. One of the main reasons for this feeding frenzy is growth spurts. Babies grow at an astonishing rate in their first year, doubling their birth weight in just a few short months. To fuel this rapid development, they need extra calories and nutrients, which means more frequent feeds. These intense periods of feeding often coincide with key developmental milestones. You might notice your baby wanting to feed more around 2, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 3 months, and 6 months. These are classic times for growth spurts, when your baby's body and brain are making big leaps forward. But it's not just about physical growth. Feeding is also a huge source of comfort for babies. As they encounter new sensations, sights, and sounds, nursing or bottle feeding helps them feel safe and secure. It's their way of processing the world and finding reassurance in your presence. For breastfeeding parents, cluster feeding serves another important purpose. It signals your body to produce more milk. The more your baby nurses, the more milk your body makes, ensuring that your supply keeps up with their growing appetite. Every time your baby latches on, they're sending a message to your body: I need more. This natural feedback loop is incredibly efficient, helping you meet your baby's needs as they change from week to week. You might notice that cluster feeding is especially common in the evenings. Babies can be fussier at this time, and frequent feeding helps them wind down, relax, and prepare for a longer stretch of sleep at night. It's their way of tanking up before bedtime. This process is actually a clever, self-regulating system. Your baby's instincts and your body's responses work together in perfect harmony, ensuring they get exactly what they need to thrive. Remember, you and your baby are a team. These challenging moments are a sign that your baby is growing and developing just as they should. Supporting each other through these times builds a strong foundation of trust and connection. While the evenings can feel long and exhausting, know that your baby's frequent feeding is their way of getting the nourishment and comfort they need to grow healthy and strong. By responding to your baby's cues, you're providing exactly the right care, comfort, and nourishment they need during this important stage. Trust yourself and know that you're doing an amazing job. Surviving cluster feeding is all about preparation. Set up a comfy spot with good back support and room to stretch out. Keep essentials: phone, charger, snacks, water, burp cloths, and feeding supplies within arm's reach. Stock up on healthy, one-handed snacks and a big water bottle. If you have a partner, ask them to keep your station stocked. Wear loose, comfortable clothes and have a soft blanket nearby. Download podcasts, music, or shows for distraction. Make your feeding station a sanctuary. Pleasant distractions help the hours pass. With a little planning, you can turn cluster feeding into a more manageable, even restful time. Take care of yourself while you care for your baby. Sometimes the most comforting thing is hearing from other parents who have been exactly where you are. Their stories remind us that the challenges of feeding a newborn are universal, and that every parent faces moments of doubt, exhaustion, and even a little bit of chaos. Take Sarah, for example. She remembers those long, quiet evenings when her newborn Leo seemed to want to feed nonstop. The hours blurred together as she sat in the dim light, feeling like the world had shrunk to just her and her baby. In those moments, Sarah worried her milk was gone, and she couldn't help but feel like she was failing at something that was supposed to come naturally. The anxiety crept in, making her question if she was enough for her baby. But she wasn't alone. Mark, her partner, stepped in to support her in every way he could. He kept snacks and water within arm's reach, knowing how important it was for Sarah to stay nourished and hydrated. Mark took over burping and diaper changes and even suggested they watch their favorite movies together during those endless feeds. It became their little ritual, a way to make the nights feel less lonely and more like a team effort. Then there's Jessica, who, with her second baby, decided to surrender to the unpredictable rhythm of cluster feeding. She let go of expectations and embraced the reality that some evenings would be spent glued to the couch, baby in arms. Jessica called it their evening snuggle fest, a time to bond and soak in the closeness, even if it meant dinner was cold and the laundry piled up. She stopped watching the clock, realizing that letting go of the pressure to keep a schedule made the experience less stressful and more meaningful. These stories, and so many others, show that you're not alone in this journey. Every parent has faced those overwhelming moments, and it's completely normal to feel lost or unsure. Feeling exhausted, frustrated, or even a little defeated is part of the process. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It just means you care deeply. Teamwork, whether it's with a partner, a friend, or a supportive community, and a shift in mindset can make a world of difference. Cluster feeding is tough, but it's also temporary. You can get through it, even when it feels never-ending. Remember to be gentle with yourself and celebrate the small victories. Every feed, every cuddle, every moment you show up for your baby. Preparation, support, and a little perspective go a long way. Stock up on snacks, water, and patience. Lean on those around you and don't be afraid to ask for help. Every parent who's been through this is cheering you on, even if you can't see them. You're part of a community that understands and supports you. So if you're feeling frustrated, exhausted, or just plain worn out, know that it's normal. You're not alone, and you're doing better than you think. You're walking a well-trodden path, and with each day, it does get a little easier. You're doing great, keep going, and remember you've got this. It's okay to feel overwhelmed, tired, or even resentful during cluster feeding. These feelings don't make you a bad parent. They make you human. Give yourself permission to feel whatever you're feeling without guilt. Being the main source of food and comfort is intense and can feel isolating, especially at night. Connect with other parents online for support. Name your feelings. I am overwhelmed right now. Share them with someone you trust. Let others help. You don't have to do this alone. Remember, this is temporary. Repeat, this is a phase. It will pass. Be as kind to yourself as you are to your baby. Self-care starts with validating your own feelings. While cluster feeding is normal, know when to seek help. Watch your baby's diapers, at least 5, 6 wet and 3, 4 dirty in 24 hours. If output drops, call your pediatrician or lactation consultant. Monitor weight gain. Steady gain is a good sign. If your baby is overly sleepy, hard to wake, or shows signs of dehydration, get medical help. If breastfeeding is extremely painful, reach out for support. Your well-being matters too. If you feel persistently sad or anxious, talk to a professional. Asking for help is a strength. Keep important phone numbers handy. You are your baby's advocate and your own. Don't hesitate to use your voice. Caring for yourself is essential, not optional. Rest whenever you can. Forget the chores. Eat easy, nutritious meals and snacks. Drink plenty of water. Accept help from anyone who offers meals, chores, or baby holding. Take short breaks for yourself, even just a shower or a walk. If you lack support, consider a postpartum doula. Be gentle with yourself. No one is perfect. Some days will be harder than others, and that's normal. Celebrate small victories like a hot meal or a quiet moment. Your well-being matters. Taking care of you is the best way to care for your baby. You're doing enough. In the quiet of the night, it can feel like this will last forever. But this phase will pass. Your baby will grow, and feedings will space out. The hard nights are building a foundation of love and trust. Every cuddle and feeding teaches your baby they are safe and loved. These moments, though exhausting, are precious and fleeting. One day you'll look back and miss the quiet snuggles. Hang in there. You are stronger than you think. Every sleepless night is a testament to your love. Be proud of yourself. Soon things will get easier. You've got this. And you are everything your baby needs. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more tips and support on your parenting journey.